Please look at the dot in the center of the screen for the next 10 seconds. As you focus, let the images in your peripheral vision blur and shift. Keep your gaze fixed. Don't look away from the dot. Let your mind wander into the blurring features that emerge. After 10 seconds, I will ask you a question. Now, take a moment to reflect. As you kept your eyes fixed on the dot, did you notice monsters emerge? Any faces? Were they clear? Were they distinct? Or did details slip away, melting into shapes you couldn't quite grasp? This, in essence, is the surgeon's test. They ask you to hold still. They want to see if the features you thought you knew, your own perhaps, could still be distinguished when everything begins to blur, when perception starts to fade, and if you couldn't recognize those faces, if they've slipped away from your grasp, what does that mean for the face you've learned to recognize as yours? Chapter 2. Preparing the flesh. Perfection, or at least the illusion of it, has always been my irritant. Not a wound exactly, but a grain beneath my skin. A whisper in every mirror. It stares at us from LED-lit windows and billboards soaked in gloss. From curated faces that don't wrinkle when they smile. Beauty, not kindness, not courage, has become the world's true currency. And so I begin to ask, why not just purchase a better face? Why not cut out the uneven parts, bleach the shadows and melt the inconsistencies? I tell myself it's small, just a tweak, just one adjustment. But perfection is always almost. And almost is a hunger with no mouth. Always craving. I start to look at myself like inventory. Like excess fat is debt. Like every pore is a problem I forgot to solve. Like my face is a room that somebody else decorated badly. I smile in photos. And I feel like I'm apologizing. My skin doesn't sit right. I think I was meant to be smoother, less visible. Chapter 3. The Ritual of Improvement. The clinic is cold and smells like citrus. Everyone there speaks in the voice of a soothing app. The kind that helps you sleep. They tell me I'm brave, that I'm taking control. They don't mention the incision, or the bruising, or how much I'll finally owe them when the swelling leaves. They hold up a mirror, and they call it progress. I nod. It's hard to tell what's missing. They work in silence, tucking flesh into neat little secrets, pulling me inward, closer to the idea of a woman that they've all agreed upon. My body is no longer a thing I inhabit. It's a project, or a puzzle, or a receipt with no listed end. The nurse smiles, as if rearranging my face is a form of intimacy. She whispers, "We can soften this. We can lift that. We can melt this away." The word lingers as if they're inside me now, as if it was never mine to begin with. The reflection grows distant. I start to see as an audience might. A soft product. A refined dish. I laugh too easily, like I'm being hosted. like I'm being served. Chapter 4. Dessert. This morning, the mirror was humming before I even drew near. Low and warm, like something alive in the glass. I felt sweetness behind my eyes. Not joy exactly, but pressure. Like sugar swelling in heat. I leaned closer. I didn't scream. Not right away. It took me a moment to see the absence. The soft pink sockets, and in their place, teeth. Not a metaphor or a symbol. Teeth. Rose-rooted and winking in the wet where my eyes once watched. Now they grin. Little ivory gates. Chewing light. Gnashing softly in rhythm with my pulse. I stumbled backwards, but the world came with me. No darkness, no blindness, only taste. Everything I see is flavor. Color is sweetness. Texture is spice. Every face a delicacy. Every glance something I could swallow. I asked to be seen, and now I cannot stop consuming. Every moment a mouthful. Every smile a syrup. I'm not admired. I'm plated. A dessert for the self, glazed in performance. I'm digesting my own reflection. I wanted to be beautiful. But now, I'm edible. Now I'm eaten, first by others and finally by myself. Chapter 5. Reclaiming the body. The mirror wails. It yells a vacant, hollow truth. You sought perfection, and looked to cure what sat in the back of your head always. But to restore the youth of bones and skin is nothing compared to the age and experience of the eyes. Now you look through molars, and all is cured. You never think the end will be teeth, that what you chase in the mirror will bite you back. But beauty doesn't love you. It swallows, it smiles, it sweetens itself to keep you close. And when you arrive, eager, trembling, altered, it opens its jaw and it says more. More of you. More of your silence. More of the self you've scrubbed with acid and lasers. We never get full. That's the horror. Not the face, but the hunger that built it. There is no after, no finish line. Only the endless dessert table and the echo of chewing where your eyes used to be.